Page 116, the flow of activity in the U.S. economy. The United States has the world's largest economy in the world. But since the early 1980s, the United States has changed. It once was the world's largest creditor, but now has a substantial current account deficit, 单钱 deficit. It has taken on a large national debt, and the national debt is now 64% of current GDP, and it's the highest since 1950. 嗱，而家唔止係64%，呢篇文寫嘅時候係64%。The federal government guides the economic pace to maintain steady growth. Not only does it attempt 一個倒裝句，加強語氣，特別句構 does attempt 係第二類動詞，所以用 does simple present to maintain steady growth, but it also works for high employment and price stability. Adjusting spending and taxes can slow down and speed up economic growth. Managing the money supply and controlling credit can also affect this rate. This process also affects the level of prices and employment. In the past, the Great Depression of the 1930s had a great effect on the U.S. economy, and periods of slow economic growth and high unemployment were seen as the greatest economic threats. The danger of recession was serious. The government tried to make the economy stronger by spending more money. It also cut taxes so that customers can spend more. Consumers would spend more. It forced a rapid growth in the money supply. 提供多啲錢，我哋叫 money supply. Also in 1970s, there were major price increases, particularly for energy, and these created a strong fear of inflation, 通脹, which led to an overall increase in the level of prices. As a result, the government leaders began to focus more on holding back inflation. 阻止 inflation. 而家 UK 都係做嘅。And many changes took back between the 1960s and 1990s. In the 1960s, the government had faith in fiscal policy. Fiscal policy 其中一個 policy 去刺激經濟。The President and U.S. Congress, 美國嘅立法會 U.S. Congress played a large role in directing the economy. Directing 即係控制。The periods of high inflation and joblessness weakened the public's faith in them. The overall slow pace also damaged the image. Now, monetary policy, 其中一個重要嘅 policy 有兩個大嘅 policy， 我哋叫 fiscal policy and monetary policy. Monetary policy 關於錢嘅 is used to control the flow of economic activity. And this policy is directed by nation's central bank, known as the Federal Reserve Board. 呢個就係美國聯儲局，美國聯儲局就係定加息、減息定係唔減。新聞也報啦 ，set 個 federal interest rate. It has much independence from the president and Congress. 聯儲嘅主席咧，總統都炒唔到嘅。OK， 佢控制住成個美國嘅 currency 嘅 money supply。遲啲再同你講，所以美國嘅 currency 係好 strong。